This is going to be a special episode today. We are going to talk about the truth about Bali as a digital nomad. I have been in Bali for the past, I think, a week and a half.
Yeah, Thursday, 1 week ago, right?
Thursday, 1 week
Not
ago.
less. Yeah,
So, about a week and a half
yeah,
I've been
yeah,
here. Ron
exactly.
has been here for a month and a half already.
Yeah, since 1 December. So yeah, it's now 23 of January. So basically almost 2 months.
Almost 2 months. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So, uh, when people think about Bali, they often think of it as like this paradise place where you come and everything is lovely and you see all these pictures and you know it's a dream come true, and that's partly true, right? And I'm not saying like we're gonna get into the good and the bad in this episode. We want to share with you a little bit of everything, really.
Like a behind the scenes.
Yeah, like the
Uh,
behind the scenes of everything that has been happening and kind of the real take or the unbiased perspective of Bali from you know from someone who, like me, for example. I'm gonna just give a little bit of context. I came to Bali for the first time about 5 or 6 years ago, and I really liked it. I really
yeah.
liked the place. Eh, I feel like my heart and my soul lies here a lot because the people are very happy. It's very nice weather all the time, whole year. It's
Not
just like,
always. Sometimes pretty rainy as well, but like temperature wise, it's
yeah,
amazing. Yeah.
everything is very green all the time, and blue sky. And it's interesting if you don't know much about it. Like if you're from the U.S. or if you're from Europe, you're used to like the four seasons of the year,
Yeah.
right? Spring, summer, winter, fall. But here, there is not such thing as that. Matter of fact,
2 seasons.
there are two
Yeah.
seasons. There's the hot season, and then there's
Rainy season.
the
Yeah.
dry season, and the raining season. So, yeah. But let's now get a little bit more into a couple of points that we've written down here, and we have also a couple of interesting stories to share with you guys. So, the first one is, yeah. Well, let's start from the beginning, right? The first thing that you really notice when you come here is that it's hot, humid,
Yeah.
very humid. Okay,
Yeah, it's very. You get very sweaty quickly.
the humidity is
Yeah.
over 80%. It's like 80 to 85% humidity.
Yeah.
So you're just constantly sweating. Really, really, it's just like so hot, and that's the biggest difference. It's not even like the temperature that you're adjusting to. It's the humidity that you really adjust to.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Do you like the humidity?
Um, like I sweat pretty quickly already. Like also at home,
Yeah.
so I'm basically constantly sweating, and it takes some time to get used to it.
Yeah.
And you really need to let it go, at least for me, because the thing is you can't do anything about it.
Yeah.
So I try to. I think I shower like 2 or 3 times a day. Like
Yeah.
it depends also a little bit if I went in the pool and everything, but.
Yeah.
Yeah, the sweaty part is yeah, it's a little bit annoying sometimes, especially like when you just like freshen up, going somewhere,
Mm.
put on new clothes, and for me it's like sometimes like in a couple of like couple of minutes it's already starting
Yeah.
to get wet the clothes. But overall, I think it's nice because I like the temperature is nice. Like being
Mhm.
sweaty all the time, I don't really like it so much. But of course, when it's hot, you get sweaty. That's just how it is.
Yeah.
So I rather have it hot than cold. That's why I'm here. So in the end, yeah, I like the.
It's much better to be able to walk without socks and just like in a t-shirt and shorts than to be covered up in 5 layers and not being able to look up because the snow is blowing into your face.
Yeah, in the end, like you're more a little bit connected to the nature itself and
Yeah.
to the green. That's a nice feeling. I think it will do your for your mental health. It's also better. I
Yeah.
think.
Another thing also we were talking about it is breaking a sweat when doing exercise.
That's easy.
So I noticed, and I told Ron about this. Like every time I do yoga here in the morning, like I do yoga quite early, about 7 o'clock in the morning, and the sun is not even that hot yet because the
No.
sun gets up at 6. But by the time I'm done, I'm like drenched is not even a appropriate word. I have sweat everywhere, like my fingers, my fingers. I can see that are sweat. Everything. It's crazy to be honest. I can't remember the last time I sweated like that.
Yeah.
As soon as your heart rate goes a little bit up, your body just like just like a sponge. So that's also pretty cool. And lots of bugs, all kinds of different bugs.
Yeah, and also like salamanders and geckos. I think I have some.
Yeah.
I had 2 on my wall in my bedroom. It's good, by the way, because they get all the mosquitoes.
Yeah.
And they don't do any harm.
Yeah.
But it's you need to get used to it. Like when you're laying in bed and you open your eyes and you see like like a small creature walking on the ceiling. You're like, what the fuck is it? But you get used to it.
Yeah.
To the insects as well. I think in this house we're pretty okay, at least inside. Like there was one pretty big bug, or what kind of thing was it even? A wasp? I don't know. Flew inside, but overall, yeah, just ants and typical insects, And I think that's part of the nature as well here, and you get used to it.
I don't know about typical because there are so many different varieties here. I mean, because the nature is so diverse here, and because the climate is just, like, if you look around, you can see that everything is so green and there's so many different plants and animals, because everything flourishes here because the climate here predisposes, or it's a very good climate basically for everything to flourish. So yeah, there's a very big variety of all kinds of different bugs. So yeah, be ready for that. And that leads us nicely to the next point, which is getting sick.
Yeah, the first day you came here, or the second day?
Oh my. I've been here for a week and a half, and I've been sick twice. Now, mind you, usually if I get sick, right, like once you're usually when people get healthy, right, you get healthy, and then you're like, okay, you don't get sick for a while.
Yeah.
The most annoying thing and to me was like I got really sick, so it was like not food poisoning, but it seemed like food poisoning. So I had like diarrhea and I was throwing up, and it was because of the differences in the microbes. So in Finland everything is very sterile. I think that's the word. Everything is very clean. So the microbes we have are much different from here. Here's like a little dirty, right? But the locals are used to it, and so when you have some food that hasn't, that's been maybe laying around a bit, or
the thing is, like, the first week was in the north of Bali, like a pretty small, like Siderit, I think, pretty small place.
Yeah,
were some restaurants over there. We ate at a restaurant at the beach, for example, but like mostly locals eat there, and the turnaround of the food is probably much lower than, for example, where we are now around Canggu.
Yeah.
So yeah, then you have those kind of things happening like way quicker.
So the story is, I wake up in the morning, and I'm not feeling well. This is like maybe the third day.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah.
Probably the third day. And I wake up and I'm like, oh, my stomach feels weird. Maybe I've like got food poisoning. So I'm like, all right, let me do some yoga. It'll get better. Yeah. I started doing yoga, get down into a downward facing dog. Couple of minutes in, I'm like, oh God, I need to throw up. I go to the bathroom, and I swear to God, I haven't eaten anything. I just drank water in the morning, and I just like throw up water.
Yeah.
And then the whole day, it was just like, going to the bathroom, diarrhea, throwing up, blah, 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 just repeat like the whole
Can't
cycle.
trust any fart.
Yeah, of course. And that was the whole day. And then took the lady that was staff at the villa gave me some medicine. By the end of the day, got better. Next day, I was fine. Next day, when I got fine, you wake up and you're like, I have muscle pain, muscle
I had
aching.
insane back pain, like muscle soreness in my back, my whole back. So I was like, what the fuck is this? And I also had like a headache coming up.
Yeah.
And I was during the night. I already had the AC on, and I like the AC. I always have it on, but it felt like so cold at
Yeah.
night. So
Yeah.
I turned it off and went under the blankets, even threw on a shirt, and
Yeah.
I think even pants. I don't know, but I was like, yeah, it's coming again. Like some sort of fever, like the beginning of my Bali trip, like almost
Yeah.
like 1.5 months ago. I had the same feeling, like shivering, cold in the night, and then like the next thing, you're warm again, and then having a headache again, and don't have a like you have some sort of unstable feeling. I don't know
Yeah.
what it is. You can't really focus also. So I felt it coming up again. So yeah, the next day when you were becoming better, I was like getting like fever or something. I don't know what it was,
Yeah.
what it is. I think it's like called dengue fever or something. Not sure, but
Yeah.
I felt horrible. And I first thought I maybe got it from you or maybe also from the place we ate because
Yeah.
you were sick and now I was sick, but I had no stomach pain. So my stomach was fine.
Mm.
So it was something
Yeah, the
different.
symptoms were very different. It was like muscle pain, um, fever,
Yeah,
and a headache.
yeah,
Those are the
yeah,
main ones, and the like kind of like instability,
yeah,
so like unbalanced, and yeah. So those were the main ones, and then the next day I got it as well.
yeah,
So we were sick for like a proper 3-4 days maybe,
yeah, yeah. And it was also like a bad timing.
because we were
Yeah,
traveling from the north to
where we are now, right now, so around Canggu. So we did like a 4-hour drive to our villa.
with crazy fever, shivering.
Yeah, well, crazy story is we were supposed to go to our villa, but when the taxi driver went to our address of the villa, we couldn't find it. So
Hold up. Give us some context. So
yeah,
this leads us to the next story, which is also, by the way, very important. This has never happened to either you or me, and perhaps you're listening or watching this and you've used Airbnb before, right?
yeah,
A lot of people have used Airbnb. How does the process look like? You book it, you contact the guy, you come there, you get the key, boom, you live in a place. Okay. We find a place, we book the place, looks amazing. Pictures are like, mwah.
yeah.
So, 4 hour drive, we're shivering our asses off, headache, fever, the
We had
whole.
the AC in the car off, and I had a sweater on. Like that's the
And
the
outside
level.
it's like plus 32. So it
Yeah,
was like a proper sauna in the car.
yeah,
Now, mind you, we are cooked. We are done. We are so ill. We are 4 hour drive in a car. We get to the place or to the supposed place, and it's a narrow like street. Only one car
yeah,
can go like that way. And if there's another car coming, all right, you guys got to figure something out. One of you has to like reverse back. So the address was some street and then the house number was 100X. Okay, cool. There's like 100C, 103B. We're like, all right, 100X, that's our thing. So we're driving slowly down this road. We're looking left, looking right. Where's the 100X? We get all the way down to the end of the road. It's a dead end
yeah.
and we can't find the 100X. We're like, okay, maybe we missed it. So we go back.
Yeah, we go back. It also wasn't easy. We tried turning around the car, then just went
Exactly.
straight back. Yeah,
We can't find it. Well, okay. Maybe we should ask the locals. The taxi driver gets out the car, starts asking around. They're like, 100X? What? We don't know that. We show some pictures. They're like, doesn't look familiar. At this
they,
point,
they also once said, "Oh, it's number one.
yeah.
It's number one. You need to go all the way to the front."
At this point, Ron
Yeah.
is like, George, I don't have a good feeling about this. I'm like, dude, it's gonna be fine. We just can't find it. It'll be all good. so, so we spent about more than an hour, maybe something like an hour 20, just
Yeah.
going up and down that street.
And by the way, the host also wasn't responding.
The host wasn't
Yeah.
responding. We called him like a million times. Nothing. So right away. I mean, we can't. We have big suitcases, right? We have a fever. We need to do something. We can't just even go to a cafeteria. Like
No.
we need to lay down. We need to rest. So thank God the taxi driver was kind enough to just kind of support us and put it like support us through the journey and actually get us to the destination
Yeah,
where
but what
where we
happened?
had a
Like
host.
basically the whole villa didn't exist at all.
Yeah,
So we just got scammed basically,
yeah.
which is very dumb because through Airbnb everything is secure. So we already got our payment back. So the guy, I don't know what the guy's plans was, but the next day he said, yeah, that he was in a hospital, which I don't believe because he
Nah.
wasn't responding for. We booked 3 days in advance.
And then he sent
He-
his WhatsApp number and he said, "Contact me outside of
yeah,
Airbnb."
so it's kind of shady, but in the end we found a different place where we at right now. Pretty nice.
So the learning
Yeah.
lesson is, if you're gonna book an Airbnb, there is a chance of still that place not existing.
Yeah, but the chance is really small because you're just dumb if you're scamming
Yeah.
people on Airbnb.
So,
You don't
like-
make money.
So like if you're traveling a long distance, make sure you text the host in advance and they respond and everything seems legit. Because I never knew that this could happen, but apparently it could.
Yeah.
And even on Airbnb.
And check your
that's a thing.
house on Google Maps because we did it afterwards and we couldn't even find our whole house on maps either. So,
Yeah,
Shady.
exactly. So, next one is lots of digital nomads. So, Bali is known as this kind of digital nomad island.
yeah.
Yeah. And it happens to be true. There are a lot of people, and that is being supported by a growing infrastructure of different cafeterias, internet cafeterias,
Co-workings.
co-working spaces, podcast rooms, whatever it is, whatever it is that you're doing the work on the computer, you're gonna find a place where you'll be able to plug and play.
Yeah.
Fast internets, podcast rooms, whatever you need, they all have it here. There's a lot of people here doing YouTube and e-commerce and all that good stuff. So
Yeah, or just people that also do have like a regular job, but they can work remote.
yeah.
You also have a lot of those people here. So that's nice. And my suggestion would be if you come here like for a longer period and you also want to do some like have actual focus, I would really go to like a co-working space. Have like a dedicated desk where you can work from, like with a normal office chair. Like I tried working from cafe to cafe every day. It's nice, but in the end, like it's difficult to do like focus work. I think so because a lot of distractions. The seats are not optimal. Sometimes
Yeah.
like the chair is too high or too low. Same with the table. So I suggest if you want to put in the work, go find a co-working space. You have like Outpost or Bali Tropical Nomad. You have B-Work. You have like a lot of those places. They're very nice. Also, all the people there are of course doing their having their business or doing other work, so it's easy to reach out to them as well because people who are at the co-working, they all work, so you have probably an easy thing to talk about.
Yeah.
So that's nice. I know some co-workings also host like events, workshops, people coming over to have like a talk, like experts.
Yeah.
So that's really nice. There's like a real community here, especially there are a lot of people staying here for long term as well. Yeah.
Yeah. But I didn't have to do that because we're renting really nice places
Yeah.
and we have lots of space, and here we have really fast internet as well, and we have a garden, and
Yeah.
so we don't need to go anywhere. So if your budget allows, or if you're traveling for business, or
Yeah, or if
whatever,
you're alone, like
Oh,
alone in the villa, I would not do that. Like before the first 4 weeks here, I was alone, so went to a nice co-working, and that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that gives you lots of opportunities to network and collaborate with other people who are quite like-minded.
Yeah.
Now, next up, I think a lot of people are going to like this one, is affordable and very tasty food.
Yeah.
Oh, there, over the past 5 years, Canggu, the main area, has exploded
Yeah, it's insane.
in the number of different restaurants and places to eat, and they're really nice.
Yeah.
It's like Western design, Western food, really beautifully prepared. Yeah, absolutely fantastic. And that was not that big when I was here about 5 6 years
No,
ago.
now it's really crazy. I think you have like maybe 200 or 300 just cafes or restaurants where you can just get food. And Canggu is basically, if you check it on a map, it's pretty small. So
Yeah,
the density of the amount of cafes is crazy. And
yeah,
still, like almost every cafe people go to, and people just you can go like cafe hopping. I think for like 3 weeks straight every day. You haven't tested any,
yeah,
we haven't tried any cafe yet. So that's crazy.
yeah.
But yeah, the food is really nice. It's affordable. Yeah, like you can have a decent meal for like 50K, which is around €3. Pretty filling meals as well.
Hmm.
Very healthy meals. Like you can of course get your pizza, your burger.
We had a pizza yesterday.
Yeah, it was a really nice pizza.
Very nice. Was it Luigi?
Luigi, yeah, very famous pizza place here in Canggu.
Yeah.
Um,
Very nice design, black and white,
yeah,
minimalistic. Ooh, I loved it.
yeah. But before that, we went to Crate Cafe. You got a huge ass bowl with like a salad bowl.
Yeah,
It was
Crate
crazy.
Cafe. Crate Cafe is very popular.
Yeah,
Super nice place, like open space, and their food. And this is something for entrepreneurs who are like in the food business, maybe, is very Instagram friendly. So this is
yeah,
like I think this is a new term. Probably it's already been around. Like Instagram friendly meals or food. You gotta make your food in a way that people want to take a picture of
yeah,
it, want to post it on Instagram, and tag your cafeteria. That is
yeah.
that's
That,
one of the
yeah.
keys to success on like with a restaurant
There are a
business.
lot of restaurants are doing that here in Canggu because the way they present their food, it's insane. It's crazy.
Yeah.
All those people that get their food, they almost all take a photo before
Yeah.
they eat it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah, you
It was
did.
an amazing salad.
Yeah, it was massive as well.
Yeah, very colorful and yeah, beautiful. It was quite tasty as well. Had like mustard dressing on it as well. So yeah, food very nice and very cheap as well. So another reason to visit Bali. We have a couple of points here, but I'm not sure if we're gonna cover all of them. Cheap massages, maybe quite fast.
Yeah.
We've been getting a lot of them.
Yeah.
Yesterday we got a massage as well. It was $10.
Yeah, for a deep tissue as well. So not
Deep
the
tissue
normal one.
massage, like a slow one, but it's quite hard.
Yeah.
So yeah, just a cheap massage.
Or spa. You have a lot of spas as well. You can do your nails and
Yeah,
facial massage and everything basically.
yeah. It's not as expensive as it is in Europe.
No,
So that's
not at
basically
all.
what it is. Local people are very happy,
Friendly, yeah.
very friendly. Everybody smiles. I haven't seen a single like angry local person or
No,
something like that.
I haven't felt unsafe at all
Yeah.
so far. No.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So that's quite good. And then lastly, I think something to touch upon is of course scooter life
Yeah.
and the traffic. So yeah, it depends where you are. In the north, there was no traffic at all.
No.
But of course, here in the busy area in Canggu, in the middle, like in the city, do not get a car.
No, car. No, of course not. No.
Everyone rides a scooter, and the amount of traffic here is like crazy.
Yeah, especially around Canggu, it's really busy, and the roads are just not made for a lot of traffic, and especially not made for cars.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have like a car parked on the road to drop something, and it already will cause like a traffic jam. Like it's
Yeah, yeah,
crazy, but also like people are overtaking a lot, so
Yeah.
you really need to check your mirrors and check over your shoulder when you're going to make
Yeah.
a turn. But must say you get used to it pretty quickly, and because the locals are used to driving scooters so much, they also know
Yeah.
how to drive well, you know. So
If you're wondering, do I need a driver license here to rent a scooter? The answer is no.
No, nobody
one
checks.
cares. And
Yeah.
if you're wondering how much does it cost to rent a scooter, it starts from about €3 per day.
yeah,
So about 50,000
Yeah.
rupiah, which is crazy.
Yeah.
So like a month you can rent it for like €100.
yeah, and you can go everywhere. It's really necessary. Like you can also go by Gojek, where you like sit on the back of a driver,
Yeah.
but then you're like less free. So if you're here, I would definitely get a
Yeah,
scooter.
yeah, and fueling up the scooter, you don't use like the regular petrol, but they have like the special
Yeah.
liquid. It's like a really green color, And a full tank of my scooter costs about 30,000 rupiah, which is like €2,
Yeah, something like that.
which is
Yeah.
like insane. 2-3
Yeah.
euro for a full tank on a scooter, really cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, this was the truth about Bali as a digital nomad from two guys who are doing YouTube and have an e-learning business.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah. Hope you enjoyed it.
yeah. Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye bye.